Hello happy gardeners, welcome to Stinky Ditch Nursery. Today we are talking Cyclamen Coum. These are cyclamen. Got Charlie on camera again, and he's getting some lovely shots of our cyclamen here. Got some pink ones, got some white ones, we've got some more white ones, and they are the most wonderful flowers to grow. I didn't grow them until I came here, and I started growing to try and make money out of it, and I had no interest, but then once I started growing these things, they captivated my imagination, and I can't stop now. Anyway, the whole thing starts with the flower. So come here, Charlie. As you can see with the flower, where we got one, here's one here. On this comb here, once the flowers are pollinated, the male bits have touched the female bits, etc., the seed, or what will be growing into the seed, pulls back on this spring-like thing. Like that. And you've got this tiny little... By the way, if you're not interested in this, stop watching now because I will bore the life out of you. Anyway, you've got this little seed pod. Now, these seed pods will swell, and I've got a bigger one here on a hedifolium. It's a different variety of cyclamen that flowers in the autumn, so they've grown a bit bigger. But as you can see, they've got these little seed pods, and the plant pulls them back in on these spring-like things to keep them nice and close, so, I don't know, so they're safe, I suppose. Anyway, later in the summer, about June time, they ripen. And they open. I've got some here that I collected from last year. And there you go. Charlie, if you want to get the camera right in here. But as you can see, they swell up quite big, about the size of it, you can see against the size of my hand there. And that is full of seeds, which is what we're after, which is what we're talking about, propagating cyclamen seeds. So that can go down there. I'll put this one on the side. Now, these seeds are covered in a sticky hormone. This is a very elegant piece of nature. The plant produces these seeds, it covers them in this sticky hormone, which stops it from germinating. It's a germination inhibitor. Also, ants like it. So they pick up the seeds because they're sweet, they carry them away, they lick all the lovely stuff off the outside, leaving the seed safe because they don't like the taste of that, and so it grows somewhere else, so it's taken out to propagate. Also, the stickiness of it, it needs a lot of rain to be able to wash this sticky hormone off. Once this sticky hormone is washed off, once this hormone is washed off, the seed can germinate, and that means that there has been enough rain. These things grow in the Mediterranean, so they wait for the rain to come. They do their flowering and all this sort of stuff at the cooler times of year. So you've got the hedifolium here, they pop up in the autumn, you've got these here, and they come into flower in the winter. Anyway, Charlie, if you want to get the thing in here a bit. So what you do is you get your seed pod, and you take the skin off of it, and you'll see that the seeds will just sort of start falling in there like that, and they're not very big, they're only little things, and they're quite sort of distinct once you get the idea. I've got to put my glasses on for this. Anyway, I've got a couple more there. Now, one of the main things we have to do for these to germinate properly is to get this hormone off of the outside. It's, like I said, it's quite a sticky thing. I don't know what it's made out of. I'm sure we've got some sort of sugary, compoundy kind of a thing. So it doesn't like being washed off. So what we use is... Now, I'm rambling on now. Am I rambling on?
Not really.
No, not really. Okay, yeah, we'll come back again. Yeah. So we got a seed in there. We get some clean water, and put a little bit of water in there, and then we get a tiny, tiny bit of soap. Now, this won't damage the seeds, and it will really help to get all of that hormone off the outside of them. All right. So what we do then is we then leave that for 24 hours. 24 hours. So we leave it for 24 hours, and then we get a sieve. Charlie, if you want to stick it over it, we chuck it in like that. We get a bit of water. You can do this on you just do this at the sink at home. I used to use boiled water, to sterilise it, but then I found out it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter at all. So you get your seed like that, and we pop them back into the bowl, and we fill it up with just fresh water, like that, and you soak them for another 24 hours. So we've got 48 hours of soaking that goes on. This also gets the seed rehydrated if it's dried out at all. Fresh seed is best to use. The best time to plant this stuff is in June. We're in February at the moment. These are seed pods that I had left over. I'm just doing a demonstration, show you how they work. But I'll show you how they work with a later YouTube video once they've started germinating. So, imagine that's been soaking again for another 24 hours. We tip it out again. And there we will have our soaked seed. Now there's lots of different things you can do from this point on. Lots of different ideas on the internet. The way I do it is like this. I'll get myself some toilet roll or some kitchen towel. Kitchen towel works better, but I haven't actually got any here at the moment. And I make myself a little bit of a wad, like this. Okay, bit of a wad. Then we get that a little bit damp, like that, and then we pop the seed on that. And spread them out a little bit so they're all completely touching each other. I used to do this and lay them out exactly the same spot, but it's really not worth it. It's just a waste of time. And then you want to fold them up so they're in there like that. Maybe a little bit more water on the outside. You don't want it too wet. It's one of those things where you don't want it too wet, but you don't want it too dry. Alright, so that's alright, that's feeling okay. And then we stick it in a bag. Nice sealed bag. Pop it in. Put a date on the outside. Zip him up. And then that can go in your airing cupboard. In about 2 weeks, open it up, check. They'll have sprouted like little bean sprouts. They'll have come up like little bean sprouts. And I will do another video once they've popped up and show you what to do from then on. This is Robbie Phoenix from Stinky Ditch Nursery. Thank you for watching.